Why don't you give it up for Louis Cato and the Late Show Band, everybody. Beautiful people. Wonderful source of light. And the illumination over there. Coming up in just a little while, folks, we got the one, the only, the charming, the talented Sterling K. Brown will be over there in just a moment. Oh, yeah. Always a good conversation. And then you know about that AI people are using now?
Yeah.
That AI, we got Reid Hoffman, who is an author, and he's out here to explain AI, and he believes it's good for us.
Wow, yeah.
And we're going to get into that.
All right.
I'm not sure. I'm on the fence.
We'll see,
I'm on the fence of whether we should continue with humans. Folks, if you watch the show, you know I spend most of my time right over there, standing over the news pot, carefully simmering the most topical dorado and camarao in a capshaba story pan with aromatics, coconut oil, and dende oil, just until tender, and then topping with fresh cilantro and egg, and serving it up with rice and savory manioc flour pirao to present the rich and satisfying Brazilian moqueca baiana fish stew. Good? Moqueca baiana fish stew, that is my monologue, but sometimes, after losing a slap fight with a Coney Island carny, I steal half an eaten fillet of fish from a dirty seagull and soak it in melted Slurpee to snack on the dumpster scrod of news that is my segment. There you go. That's the only meal I need. Meanwhile, in European pro sports news, a German soccer player's child bit a referee's testicle, forcing the game to be canceled. Oh, that's clearly a red card. You're only supposed to touch the balls with your foot. Meanwhile, Red Robin is set to close many of its restaurants due to significant losses. What? But Red Robin is America's #1 burger place, other than McDonald's, Burger King, Wendy's, In-N-Out, Carl's Jr., Smash Burger, Whataburger, Jack in the Box, Shake Shack, Hardee's, Dairy Queen, A&W, Johnny Rockets, Five Guys, Culver's, Sonic, and White Castle. Meanwhile, to honor musical artists' cultural contributions, Miami-Dade officials want to rename local roads after hit songs. That's a lovely idea. Could get confusing. Okay, what you want to do is take a left on Country Roads, which is a highway, then get off on the highway to hell, which is an off-ramp, then take a right. I live at number 4, Mambo number 5. Meanwhile, according to new research, men with higher quality sperm live longer. Scientists analyzed samples of nearly 80,000 men and found that those who produced more than 120 million swimming sperm lived 2 to 3 years longer than those who produced fewer than 5 million. That is a very long-range study. It must be interesting to explain that to the subject. All right, Mr. Johnson, for phase 1, I'm going to need you to provide a sample. Then for phase 2 of the experiment, I wait for you to die. Okay, meanwhile, a remarkable new discovery suggests that 22,000-year-old tracks found in the United States could be from the world's first vehicle. Scientists theorize it may have been the Mercury Grand Marquis your aunt still has in her garage. Get rid of it, Betsy. It has an 8-track player and a CB radio. Meanwhile, according to a recent study, your office microwave is a hot spot for bacteria. Or in the case of this office, and this is true, it's a hot spot for my producer Jonah to microwave his leftover fish. Do you want to get murdered, Jonah? Because that is how a person gets murdered. Meanwhile, a Pokemon-shaped flamin' hot Cheeto named Cheetozard sold for a staggering $88,000. God almighty. People will spend money on the dumbest things. I mean, isn't that right? Pickle chew. We'll be right back with Sterling K. Brown.